What up, YouTube? Colossal Boxing Talk is back in the building today. We got a special guest. We'll let him introduce himself first.
How you doing? My name is Kenny. I'm from Jersey. It's nice to be here with the fellas.
Mouse.
Uh-oh, the homie Kenny finally on the show. It's about time, brother. It's your boy Mouse, Kentucky in the building, you dig?
And Harry one.
It's your boy Big Cool with the full beard, all that, combing on live. But Big Cool from Alabama here. Let's go.
And it's your boy Smooth Cat, also with the full beard from Chicago. And first and foremost, we'll start the show out like we always do. When we have a special new guest. So, Mr. Kenny, who's your favorite fighter of all time and why?
The easiest person for me is Sugar Ray Leonard. Why? Because he's anybody, and just like the passion he had. He could go from boxing to brawling. Um, I don't know. It was just a type of even if he thought somebody was better than him, he'd come in there and make sure, like, I don't know. It's just Sugar Ray Leonard is just the greatest thing to ever watch for me.
Okay.
Definitely great fighter. Who is your current favorite fighter fighting today?
My favorite, Keith Tom Thurman.
He's a big favorite amongst collectors.
Basically for the same reasons. He's not scared to fight. He improves every fight he has. I didn't expect him to be able to box and adapt like he did his last fight against Bundle. A lot of people give him stuff for it, but I really appreciated that he knew how to box and keep his patience and not get into like senseless exchanges like other fighters do.
Hey, Kenny, let me ask you something. Since you brought up the Bundu fight, how does a guy that dominates 11 of the 12 rounds lose value as a fighter?
Well, with the way boxing fans are today, they'd rather see somebody go in there and like exchange. Like boxing isn't valued how it used to be. There's different ways to fight. You don't have to fight one way, but once you brand yourself as a certain fighter, they expect you to come like that every single fight.
I definitely agree with that.
See,
Round of applause.
you gotta ask those tough questions, baby, because that's the answers we want for all these casual fans. That's real shit right there. Cause
Hey,
I to this day I still don't understand how a guy could dominate a fight and be said that he was exposed. How do you expose a guy that dominates? That's to me is
yeah,
the boggling part about all this.
you know what? Like I say, when I first heard that myself, I was sitting there. I was so thrown back by people. I'm like, okay, you won 12 out of 12 rounds. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess you could look at that. Bundu came to fight, so Bundu definitely put forth a good effort. But Thurman was never in any danger, but he was exposed. I mean, see, that's the type of stuff that's when I say people like grown men, basically, because I didn't see no women saying it, but a lot of grown men in boxing, they get in their feelings and then they start acting like itches. I'm gonna refrain from using the word, but they start acting like itches. Oh well,
Bitches.
it's a popularity contest, and he didn't do what I wanted him to do, so he failed. Or oh well, he said he was all about KOs. He went for the KO. Bundu wouldn't. Bundu was resilient. He wouldn't go nowhere. So why keep trying? Why keep trying to open yourself up for something that could potentially beat you? You don't do that.
See what I look at it and take from it is what I take from it is that people people assume you have to go out there and one, either knock out your opponent if you're a knockout artist, or two, outbox the guy 12 rounds to 0, 11 to 1 if you're a boxer. At the end of the day, it's all about getting a W. Of course, you want to dominate your opponent, but to me, winning nine rounds to 3 is pretty dominant to me. fighters gonna have momentum shifts. You're gonna have pause in action, and it's just gonna be things that sometimes you can't control. But for Keith, to lose, value, that's from a biased fan, you know what I'm saying? Or a person that don't know what they're talking about. You can't dominate every fight and look spectacular every time you go out there. As long as you winning, that's all that matters.
I agree.
But
Now,
I
go,
think
go ahead, go ahead, man.
I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that, honestly, I don't think a lot of people studied Bundu, and they just heard the name
Right,
Bundu
exactly.
and assumed that he was just gonna be a walkthrough for Thurman, and that's why I think that a lot of boxing fans need to do their research, because I mean Bundu had like over 30 something. Well, he had like 35 fights, something like that, 40 fights,
Right.
Yeah, good
undefeated
fighter.
fighter. And although he never, what I mean, maybe fought an elite fighter, I mean, the experience is there, and you got to understand that some of these guys that are unexpected to come in and to win, those are the most dangerous fighters you can face. Because those are the guys that want that win, because they got nothing to lose.
You
But
know
again,
what? Hey,
it's all about
I,
researching,
I,
man.
I think Julian Williams, when I interviewed him, I think he quoted it best. How in the hell do you cherry pick? Because they say Bundu was a cherry pick. He said, how in the hell do you cherry pick a guy who 32, 33 and 0? How do you cherry pick an undefeated fighter?
Yeah.
And then another thing that kind of bothers me with fans is like you kind of get a pass because we boxing has been around for a while, so you can't keep using the same excuse. Well, the fucking fighter, you don't really expect the fighter to perform because there's plenty of examples throughout history where we've seen a fighter that was supposed to get whitewashed and just destroyed, continuously, upset the odds and you know what I'm saying? So that kind of is an excuse that really needs to be eliminated because we've been watching boxing for a long time and we know that upsets are possible and every fighter is not what they're hyped out to be. So for fans to say, well, you know what, he should have did this, he should have did that. Well, Mike Tyson should have did that to oh boy, they knocked him out, but he didn't.
Buster
So
Douglas.
yeah, Buster Douglas. So come on, let's not act like this is some brand new. Bundu was just the first fighter ever to challenge, up and coming contender and make him look so uncomfortable or whatever the critics are saying. So that's kind of for these
I
so-called
agree.
boxing heads to
Okay. Now, all right. Let's touch on the events from last night. First, we'll talk about Ramirez versus Vlasov. I'll let Big Cool start this off.
I watched it this morning. I was out last night, but I watched it this morning. It was a good fight. Both guys are solid. I still believe Ramirez can be a big time fighter, but I noticed that he squared himself up when he punches, and he paid for it. The right hand from I ain't gonna mess up the name. Is it Vlasco?
Vlasov.
Vlasov. The right
Hey,
hand for
hey,
him was
I might be saying it wrong, but it's Vlasov.
yeah, it's something off. You know what I'm saying? He was on last night. Vlasov or whatever. He was tearing him up with the right hand. Because like I said, Ramirez, I would like to see him use his jab more to set his distance. Because like I said, he squared himself up a lot and he paid for it, but he did do good work to the body. You know what I'm saying? He's shown to have a good chin, and he only 23, so he's a young up and coming fighter. He just need to, remember to use the jab and not square up. Because once you step up in competition, and a lack of a jab and a lack of technique will make you regret, doing what you did in the ring. So, very good win for him. Both fighters are solid, but I expect Ramirez to improve because he's only 23.
You know what? Now I'll say it like this. Now on the pre-fight show, when we were talking about this fight, I was saying the main thing that worries me about Ramirez is he's so talented, but he's the type you can lure him into the fight you want him to fight because he's eager and he gets overly excited to try to please the fans, he'll stand in there and bang with you, even though he has the ability to box, and he actually has good defense when he uses it. But for some reason, it's like last night he was like, you know what? The hell with it. I'm gonna show everybody I got a chin. Okay, Vlasov, hit me right here. Okay, hit me again. See, I can take a punch. And kind of like something. Okay, also I'm gonna touch on something casual that Jim Lampley said. Now, from what I saw last night, Vlasov is a very technically sound fighter. But on the flip side, Jim Lampley said that just because Vlasov was landing straight right hands on Gilberto Ramirez, that means Chavez Jr., who does it, who rarely throws a straight right hand, and who else? He said somebody else. I think Carl Froch. He was saying how these guys will be able to hit him with the straight right hand easily. And now with Carl Froch, I agree, but Chavez Jr. That's not even he doesn't even like to use that punch in his repertoire really.
It's not his style. Like he's not. Exactly. You know, it's not his style to do that.
He's not a conventional boxer.
Yeah, he's not on his toes. He's more like his father. He's a lunger head fighter that's trying to work the body and left hook it.
Right. So like I said, when he said that, I had to sit there like, oh, here we go again. Yes, Jim Lampley is definitely an early candidate for casual of the year. Early on.
I hate watching HBO boxing now, dude. I hate listening to Jim Lampley.
Okay, now Kenny, what were your takes on that fight?
I mean, but God can improve. 23 years old. Well, Gerard just basically said everything that I wanted to say.
Okay, Mouse.
Say that again, cause I couldn't understand nothing. He was breaking up.
No. What was your take on Gilberto Ramirez versus Vlasov fight last night?
I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm gonna stay out of this one because I still have not watched it. I seen the Rios and the Alvarado fight, but I was not able to watch the Glasgow fight and Ramirez fight. So I'm gonna let y'all take this one.
All right, hey, did you see Provodnovic last night? No, I'm just messing with you. But
hey, you better leave. hey, you better leave my boy alone. You better leave my boy alone.
All right, but all right. Well, we can touch on the main event, and since we left off with Mouse, we can start off with Mouse. What was your take on the main event?
I'm gonna say this. Before the fight, me and you were on the phone, and I said that I felt on this fight, I felt that Brandon Rios and Bam Bam, the trilogy wasn't going to be a trilogy. I said I remember looking back at Gotti and Wood, and I mean, my bad, Alvarado and Rios wasn't going to be a trilogy. I said that I remember looking back at Gotti and Wood, and even though the third fight, they both were on the decline, they had chemistry with each other. They both brought out the best in each other. But I just felt that Alvarado was just not there no more. I said I thought the punishment he took from Ruslan, I'm not saying his last name, from Ruslan and Marquez was just gonna be too much for him. I felt as if when Rios hit him, he was gonna start back.
Mouse. Kenny. Kenny.
Yeah, my thing is cutting in and out.
Big Cool.
Oh well, I'm gonna be quick like the fight was. It was a pathetic showing by Mike Alvarado. He sounded delusional, crazy in his post-fight interview. It's his fault he didn't train and prepare himself because he had 2 fights with Rios prior to the third one last night, and he knew what type of fighter he was and what type of fight he would be in. I understand he might have been, distracted by self-inflicted wounds by getting arrested. But like I said, he couldn't box him. He couldn't outbox him. He didn't have more power than him. He didn't have more will than him. He didn't have more height. I mean, more heart than Rios last night, and he didn't want to fight. And for him to get mad at his fans for paying money to see him, he need to go sit his ass down in the corner somewhere and think about what the hell he want to do. Cause I'll boo you too if I paid all that money to see you and you quit. Yo, it wasn't nothing wrong with your damn eye. It wasn't nothing wrong with his eye. I mean, he's just shot fighter that doesn't have a heart no more to continue on, and he didn't show a good account of himself last night. And props to Rios for taking this fight serious as a professional. You should do all times. I'm sorry if I held that on too long.
Oh, you all good? Kenny, are you there?
Yes, yes. I can. It's not slowing down anymore. What I feel about the fight basically is I didn't feel as though Alvarado was ready to begin with. Watching the media workouts and everything like that with him
Yeah.
on those wide shots, kind of looked worse than amateurs did. He really looked like he looked out of it. Um, Even after he would do the combination, he felt like he had to take breaks between the workouts. And if you look at his eyes, even leading up to the fight, and look back at 2012, he just wasn't the same person. I honestly, even though I felt like he was broken as a fighter, the fighters they usually still bring out the best. He didn't want that fight from the beginning, and with him, he didn't want the fight to begin with. He just wasn't ready. He was getting into trouble before the fight, and even like the ring entrances and everything like that. When they announced his name, he didn't seem excited. He wasn't ready to come out. From like as soon as the bell rung, he just started covering up and trying to move, and it just wasn't the same.
You like I say, before the fight, I wasn't too much excited for it, and I kept saying it's like Alvarado. He didn't look like. Not only did he don't look a third of what he used to be. He looks like a guy who's on the verge of, I mean, being the next Jermaine Taylor, like straight up losing it, going wild, pulling guns out, shooting in the air, doing all type of off the wall stuff. But for some reason, I mean, something that he said last night that scared the hell out of me was, yeah, well, I'm gonna do this and that, and I'm gonna be back in the ring. Honestly, if I'm a commission, if I work for the Nevada State Commission, Los Angeles, any commission, I am not ruling that man competent to fight. There's no way in hell I'm saying he can fight again. I don't care what test he passed. You can literally look at him and you can see that it's like the life of him is gone. It's gone. It's like his heart is. It's like he kind of like Kenny said. He went in the ring the first round. He was moving around early, kind of like frustrating Rios, and then Rios is like, you know what? Hold on. He already huffing and puffing. He only been moving for like 35 seconds, and Rios went in and straight attacked him. And I mean, honestly, I don't blame Rios because kind of like they say, as a professional, you have to have yourself ready and prepared to get in there to really go to war. And kind of like Big Cool said, the type of fighter Rios is, so you know what he's gonna bring to the table. So you knew what you had to do to be successful. You didn't do those things, so you got the result that when you slack like I'm gonna steal a phrase from the NBA. When you slack off, your swag's off. He slacked off, his swag was all the way off, and he got the hell beat out of him last night. And me, honestly, like I say, I'm not excited to see Alvarado in the ring again. I don't want to see him box anymore. I'm sorry. I understand as a fighter, you had a passion to be like, okay, well, it's up to me when I quit. But me as a fan who like actually enjoys watching fighters, I don't want to see a fighter fighting when he's a shell of himself. I don't.
And I agree. I agree, and it's like you can tell, like after his post-fight interview with Marquez, he was in good spirits. You know what I'm saying? After the first fight with Rios, good spirits. Second fight, great spirits. He won. But then in this post-fight, he was just mad. Like he was just mad at the world for his actions. You know, for the lack of actions that he did. And I'm like, dude, you know what? Somebody really need to get in his ear and tell him, you know, take a long break. I'm not against him boxing again, but he needs to get himself, you know, situated with the legal system he facing, because the judicial system could, you know, end his career for him because he's facing the felony charges, I believe. So, you know, maybe the decision not gonna be his, but I'm not opposed to him fighting again, but he needs to take a year off, 2 years off, you know, get his demons together, you know, enjoy his family, and then rededicate himself to the sport 100%. But because I don't think he's a bad guy, but man, something wrong, some kind of loose up there, man. And you can tell in his post-fight interview that he knew it was over, but he don't want to claim it because you don't never want to, you know. That's his job, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what he got a backup plan in, but that's what he knows. That's what he's been doing for the longest. Is boxing. You know what I'm saying? So that's like
You
with
know
any
what
of us.
though?
You
His
take something we
team,
love to do away, we're gonna be lost, and we're gonna be like, you know, fuck it, I can still do it. So you can't fault him for wanting to do what he love to do, but somebody got to save him from himself.
Right. Mouse.
his team and his family needs to be the one that has to tell him it's over.
But see, you know what? With certain fighters, they so stubborn, they'll sit there and they'll tell their family, "Oh, okay, you know what? I'm gonna retire." Then here it goes. Hey, Mike.
I understand that.
We got a fight. We got a fight between you and Terrence Crawford coming up. You can make 850,000. Oh yeah, sign me up. I'll do it. And
Money
there it
talk,
go right
bullshit
there.
walk.
Exactly.
Money talk, bullshit
Exactly.
walk.
Yeah.
Now, I got something to say about this fight though. I don't feel like 'cause it does take away from the way that Rios did perform, because honestly, I've never seen Rios look as good. He was quick. After he throw a punch, he'd move his head. He didn't want to walk into punches like he
Yep.
used to. He came in with jabs. His footwork, like when he would get close, he would angle himself off to be able to deliver the uppercuts that he did. And it was just and his stamina looked phenomenal for him to throw those amount of punches and not take the breaks like he used to. He just looked great. He just finished the show. But I honestly feel like the Rios that we seen Saturday will beat the Rios that he used to be. He's just better
I
than he
agree.
ever was.
I agree. He looked real good. And when I hear people say, "Oh, he went back to doing what he used to do," don't get me wrong. Now, when he was younger, he did do certain things, but he has never ever been that crisp ever.
Yeah, he was smooth.
Man,
He did good, you know.
and this coming from Smooth Cat, he was smooth. He truly was smooth.
And to follow up on what Kenny said about his stamina, his stamina was there because he was on that ass from like you know, because he wouldn't let him get up off of him. I'm telling you, because he'd just jump in and was just on him. He was ready to go and he did what he do.
Pause.
He punished him. Well, I don't know what you just said, but shit, he punished him.
No, I was
From
messing with you. I
the
said pause.
Oh well, he put them paws on him, and I probably said something I should have said pause with, but hey, you know, it was a dominating performance for him, and congratulations. And he need to give Chavez his rematch though, because he was losing that fight.
Hey, you know what? Okay, that's kind of like what we was going next. Now, what do you Well, we'll start with you, Big Cool. So you said you kind of want to see him fight Chavez. Name a few other guys you want to see him fight and why.
Well, I want to see him fight Provodnikov because he crazy. They both crazy. You know, they both crazy as hell. And I think other than sex, fighting is what they love. You know, they would prefer to have fight, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And then they styles mesh. You know, both can punch, both tremendous. But some tell me that Rios will win this fight because his body work would break down Provodnikov, because Provodnikov, like me and you know this, Mike, he don't like them body shots.
he does not at all. He don't.
And call me crazy. I want to see Maidana versus Rios, man, because I think that'll be a interesting fight, even though it's not gonna happen because they got the same trainer. But that's a fight I would love to see because it's just nasty and it's just ugly for them. But
did you catch that part of their sparring session?
No, I haven't seen them spar.
Okay, I'll tell you this. Like you said, they were going at each other, and toward the end, Maidana hit him with a shot, and he kind of wobbled Rios a little bit, and they stopped the sparring session.
Oh dang! Oh, but another guy, one of our favorite guys, though, if Rios wanna, challenge himself to a different style of fighter, it's a guy that fought last week, last week by the name of Amir Imam, who seemed to be wanting to fight a lot of people. So I'll be open to that fight too.
I'll definitely be open to that one as well.
That'll be a great.
Hey, Kenny, who are your three?
I would like to see Rios fight Ortiz. There's a lot of bad blood. And Victor Ortiz just posted on Twitter something about him being his punching bag when they were kids. Now, that just from the start would make it a fantastic build up. I would like to see Rios face Provodnikov for simple facts that they're both just come forward fighters. And who else is at 147 for the Timothy Bradley.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun.
I think Timothy Bradley and Rios will actually be like a fun fight to watch as well. Nobody has mentioned it, and I actually thought about it, and I think that would be a good fight.
I got a bone to pick with Timothy Bradley too. He's one of my favorite fighters, but I hate watching Timothy Bradley fight because he fight. Not that I hate watching him, but he fights stupid. Like he take punishment that he do not need to take, and that he's capable of avoiding. It just irks me to death because look at him after the Chavez fight, dude. It looked like he was just jumped by like 2 or 3 people, man. His face was swole, man, and that's why he got that draw, man. Because the wear and tear look on his face is like he just got his ass beat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Why he fight like that, I don't understand. But he gonna pay for it in one of these fights one day, man.
All right, I'll say this. First, I want to see. First and foremost, I want to see Rios Provodnikov. That's right off the top. That's the main one I want to see. I want to see it for a few reasons. First off, I mean, I like Provodnikov as a fighter, but I mean, I'm pretty sure I can't be the only one saying that Ruslan Provodnikov has only power puncher or hard puncher he ever fought was Alvarado, and that was kind of like a shell Alvarado. Now, with that said, he has no power punches on his resume, and please don't nobody give me Jose Luis Castillo because like he wasn't 40 years old plus. So please don't nobody give me him. So y'all comment in the comment section. Please don't say nothing about no Castillo. But with that said, that's like it's numerous fights I watched of Ruslan Provodnikov, and that with the Jared Guay, he had a fight with him. The guy was a former 118 pounder, and he hurt Ruslan to the body. He in the middle of the fight, he hit Ruslan with a left hook to the body. And Ruslan kind of like made a subtle agreement with him. He's like, okay, you know what? If I don't hit you in your body, you don't hit me in my body. And then they both started swinging for each other's head. But I was wondering why Jared White never went back to his body. Okay, another fight. As we know, Timothy Bradley is, I mean, he's not the biggest puncher by any stretch, but Timothy Bradley caught Ruslan with a body punch that made him step back and guard his body as well. another fight, the Chris Algieri fight. Algieri hit him with a left hook about over to the side of his body, and he shook him up a little bit with it. So I'm wondering what a guy with Brandon Rios type power and Brandon Rios aggression and with his consistent pressure to the body, what that would do against Ruslan. I'm interested to see that. Okay, another fight I want to see Rios against Lucas Matisse. I think that will be a hellified fight. I think it'll be very interesting, and like I said, I think it'll be one of those fights that so it ain't going to the cards.
I think Rios may wear Matisse down because Matisse a small dude. You know what I'm saying? I know he plan on moving up to 147, but I can see if he don't decide to box, I can see that Rios, wearing him down because Rios is a big dude, man, and Matisse is a small junior welterweight. He'd definitely be a real small welterweight. So I don't know how that'll work out for Lucas.
All right, and let me see. My last fight for Brandon Rios, Victor Ortiz. For the reasons that Kenny basically said, they have a history with each other. They can't stand each other, and I mean it's legitimate bad blood. So that's the type of fight you would get those guys in there, and they'll. I mean, it's not that I want them to, but they'll damn near kill each other trying to really prove which one is better. And then this is a fight that also could be like a gut check for Ortiz. Are you gonna quit when the going gets tough? Because we know Rios gonna bring it, and Rios is on record on quite a few interviews saying that if me and Ortiz ever fight, I'll make him quit. And he called him a couple of names. I'm not gonna call him that, but Rios basically came out and said he'll make him quit. Like the female dog.
That is a fight I do want to see. But one thing Ortiz can do, Ortiz can punch.
Yes, he can.
Ortiz can really punch for real. He a big welterweight. You see how big his back is. He carry a lot of power and he got fast hands. That if you can take the punishment or I guess not to diss him, but you got to call it how you call it. He got a lot of questionable, moments with the heart. You know what I'm saying? So if he found a new heart or something, and can actually
hey, wait, hold on. Hey, say wait, what's the story? The Cowardly Lion. How you have to go to?
I ain't want to say them your words, not mine. I ain't saying he ain't got no heart, but I'm saying that's why Kenny drinking that drink because he already know. We already know what it is. We know what we just seen, man. But yeah, if he found a new heart, man, and can be able to take some of that punishment, I think he can pull up the Mal upset over Rios. But that'll be a great fight.
I agree. I think it'll definitely be fun to watch. Now, all right, okay. Now, heaven forbid, but we know Alvarado is going to continue on with his career. So, name a couple of guys you would like to see Alvarado get in the ring, even though it's something I damn sure don't want to see. But we know he's going to continue with his career. So, start it off, Kenny.
Well, since Bradley isn't a puncher, I want to see if he's still back down from a guy that's not actually a heavy puncher. So Bradley fighting him would actually, I don't think he deserved that fight, but that would actually show something if he really wants to fight or not. Another fight with I just can't. I don't know because the way he just performed, it's hard to even want to see him back in the ring.
I agree.
Because I feel like if anybody hits him with a good shot, he'd be ready to get up out of there. So I don't know. I think he should face up and comer, like an up and comer or something like that.
Okay.
He shouldn't be up there at the level with Rios anymore or anybody like that. He doesn't have it.
Be cool.
Algieri, Herrera, Jesse Vargas, because they can't punch. That's it, and I don't know. That's the only reason because they can't punch, and they all whoop his ass, but they can't punch. So that's it.
Me on, like I say, I'm not gonna name through because I don't want to see him in the ring no more. So I want to see him. I want to see him fight. Hang the gloves up. That's what I want to see him fight.
I'm about to say Hank Lundy. I'm about to say shit.
No, hang the glove. No, I ain't trying to get him beat up.
Oh yeah. To think about Lundy, what do you think about Lundy actually missing weight? I don't feel like he should have to apologize to fans because it was such on short notice. But what do you think about that fight that didn't go through recently?
You know what? In the case of that fight, I feel. Okay, I'll say this. After Lundy fought Delorme, if I'm exact, I'm not sure how close, but I think it was maybe the next week. He was already telling people how he had a fight with Petrov coming up
Yes.
on Facebook. It was like the next week. So with that said, like when he said it was kind of on 10 days notice, it's not. I'm not trying to call him a liar, but only thing I'm saying is if you announced it in December, like I think the week of the 20th is when he announced that he'd be fighting Petrov, and your fight with Petrov was supposed to be I think on the 15th or something like that. Then that's longer than 10 days. That's all I'm gonna say.
And
Okay.
then I also I heard that Dan Rayfield said that he requested the fight be at 135. I don't know how true this is, but they saying that he requested the fight be at 135.
Right,
So
I
if
heard
that's
that.
true, then he has no excuse, and he kind of really he on a slippery slope by going to Facebook and social media and to these boxing outlets saying one thing. If he requested 135, he should apologize to all the fans for misleading them to dog Petrov because they saying well he didn't want to negotiate or take some of his money and continue to, and let the fight go on. But if he did request that and making excuses, that's not a good look, man. Just take your lump and just say, you know what, my bad. I didn't make weight. I should have just
I'm
asked.
not a
Shouldn't even took
lightweight
the
no
fight.
more.
Yeah, I shouldn't even, or he said I shouldn't even took the fight on short notice. I should have, just waited to have a full camp so I can be better prepared. But
Right,
don't lie to us because we'll find out. And if we find out you're lying, then it's gonna look bad for you. But we still respect you, Hank.
most of. Okay, now to kind of touch on something else. A fight I've been kind of waiting to happen for a long time. Ever since the days when everybody was saying they was ready for Canelo to step up. When Canelo Alvarez signed on to fight James Kirkland, and it got canceled, then it got canceled again, and all that stuff. So we sitting here, and it's said to be official. It's supposed to be happening. It's supposed to be going down. Now, me as a fan, I'm excited for this fight, but for some reason, something is telling me don't get too pumped up, because of the potential. It's like I respect James Kirkland, but it's like he'll agree to have a fight, and then he'll sit there and be like, you know what, the hell with this. I want more money. All right, I'm out to fight. We're not doing it no more. If you don't pay me $5 million, I'm not fighting. No, come on, man. I mean, it's like he too unstable at times for me. So I can't even be like, okay, you know what, this fight is guaranteed gonna happen because I'm not sure if Kirkland go be like, all right, well, all right, I'm not doing it no more. Oh well, the hell with it.
Is Kirkland even with Ann Wolf still?
As far as I know, yes.
Okay.
I heard he's not. If he ain't with Ann Wolf, it don't matter. If he ain't with Ann Wolf, this fight don't matter because he ain't got no chance in hell to fucking beat Canelo Alvarez.
And you know something? Speaking of that, that's speaking of Aaron Wolf. I seen some of her recent pictures. She's lost a lot of weight.
Yeah,
She's
she
I
like,
looks.
think he getting
I
ready.
mean, her muscle mass it's like gone.
Hey, she trying to fight Mayweather. I'm just joking. I'm just joking, man.
No, but
She looks good, man. But I don't know if James I don't think James Kirkland has a shot with Canelo. Whether he has Anwolf or not, I don't know. It's just like his mentality isn't consistent enough. You know, it's like right now Canelo just has this momentum about him, and it's like anybody that's gonna be put in front of him, he's gonna take out.
See, Canelo. I don't know if you know, but Canelo my half brother. You know what I'm saying? And and I talked to Canelo about this. I say, man, you signed this contract with Kirkland. You just got to make sure Aaron Wolf is not in his corner because it's something about Aaron Wolf that make Kirkland like he's possessed. She get to yelling at him, calling him nigga, and it's just all kind of stuff, and he just the dog come out of him. But if he's not with Aaron Wolf, like
she's one hell of a motivator. She's a motivator.
Definitely.
She a mean motivator, boy. She scare me when she talking to him. I'll be like, you know what? I don't want to run up on no woman named Ann, but
hey,
no, but
I'm gonna tell you like the fight she had with Vonda Ward. When I saw that knockout, I said to myself, "Yeah, well, hey, that old saying that men are stronger than women, I don't believe that though. not all, at least."
Yeah, but I don't know. I think James he has a chance either way for real, seriously. But his chances go up greatly if Ann Wolf is in his corner because she's a master motivator. She know what James is. She know he's not a boxer. He's capable of doing it every now and then, but the man can punch, and he got crazy stamina, and he can punch, and that's you can't teach power. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And if he get Canelo early, he got the power. He can get you early or late. But if he get on Canelo early, I can probably see Canelo not reacting well and not recovering because James is not gonna quit, man. And you ask Angulo, ask old boy from when he just dogged that boy, Glenn Tapp. He dogged that was almost murder, man. And shame on his corner for that. Go ahead, Kenny.
Thinking about the Glenn Tapia, what I noticed about James Kirkland, the check hooks, he runs into him, he gets rocked. I think Glenn Tapia, if you didn't have those stamina issues like he did, and just box.
I don't my fault, not to cut you off. I don't necessarily think it was he had the stamina issues in that fight. I think it's Kirkland's pace. It's hard as hell to keep up with that. That's the reason why I promise you, a fantasy fight of mine I always want to see. I always want to see James Kirkland versus Paul Williams. I always want to see those two fight.
That would have been a crazy ass fight.
I think that would have been one of those fights. Both guys stole fold. I think at least 3,000 punches would have got thrown that night, or more.
But how do you feel about the check hooks that lands on him? Like when he runs into him and get caught with a check hook. I feel like Canelo would catch him coming in because I've seen Canelo actually go to boxing, and I think Kirkland actually fits perfectly for Canelo for a tough fight, but I think Canelo will pull it out.
You know what? I say like this. I feel that the biggest factor in this fight will be Canelo Alvarez's defense, because a lot of people they don't acknowledge that he's very technically sound defensively. He as you saw in the Austin Trout fight, he moves his head, do all the little movements, and he counters. I think against a guy like James Kirkland, first and foremost, what Canelo has to do, he has to break the trend of what everybody else does with Kirkland. Because when people fight Kirkland, it's like everybody goes head hunting. You don't have to head hunt. You already know off GP you can hurt Kirkland up top. Bang the body and you kill the head.
Yeah, but then also see people. Even though Kirkland has been knocked down multiple times, he only been knocked out once, and I don't know how he got knocked out by that dude. I honestly don't. I really don't, because he didn't get knocked out by Angulo Tapia. I don't know how that dude knocked him out, but just because he's been knocked down multiple times, don't mean he got a weak chin. People seem to forget that if you don't get Kirkland out there early, Either you gonna outbox him or you gonna get your ass knocked out. One of the two. You know what I'm saying? And it's something about Canelo that just this is really would be the test for me, because even though Kirkland is not the most technically sound guy, he's not Lara, he's not Trout, he's not Angulo. He's the type of fight you need to really test your manhood. And Canelo haven't really, Mayweather wasn't gonna test your manhood like that, physicality wise. Mentally, he'll take you there. But Kirkland, he don't want to make you decide if you want to fight really or you just want to quit. You know what I'm saying? He got that Marcos Maidana, that vibe to him. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
if he get on Canelo early, man, I just don't see Canelo overcoming that if he's really hurt, because James Kirkland gonna keep coming until you down. And if he start, and he worked the body as well too. Sometimes if you watch his fight with Angulo, he'll bob and weave, and you know what I'm saying, he'll feint his way in. So he kind of can be responsible defensively sometimes when Ann Wolf implore him to be that way. So you know what I'm saying, it's a fight that I want to see happen, and it'll be exciting while it lasts. But I'll favor Canelo just because he's the more fundamentally sound and better skilled fighter. But Kirkland can punch, and he's a dog in there.
Oh, hey, he's definitely a dog, But I'll say this: I feel Canelo has, like, okay, even with Kirkland's stamina, his power, and his aggression, I feel that Canelo has more to him. Canelo can outbox. Canelo can box. Canelo can brawl with him intelligently, and Canelo can go mano a mano, even though it'd be foolish to go mano a mano with him. But I mean, okay, guys like Canelo, I can see him going into this fight with Kirkland, and I can literally see those two in the middle of the ring exchanging punches. But what Canelo has to realize is it seems like a lot of guys get caught up. It's like, okay, just because when y'all going toe to toe, you throwing your shots, and just because you bag out, it doesn't mean you lost. It means you're the smarter of the two. So if you get the advantage, if you get the advantage in the combos, step out, readjust, go back in, land some more shots, move around. The thing is to frustrate Kirkland. You don't want Kirkland to get in his zone at all, because if he get in his zone, you in trouble.
But let me ask you this, Mike. Have you ever seen Kirkland frustrated? Because Molina was dominating each round, and he didn't seem frustrated. He just seemed like, you know what?
No, he was frustrated.
I didn't see frustration. You know what I'm saying? I guess a little bit of frustration, but I didn't see it to the point where, his demeanor really changed. He was swinging like he always swing for the fence, and he finally caught up to Molina, though. There's only so much boxing you're going to be able to do against guys like Kirkland before they least tag you. And that's one thing he will do. He will test the stamina of Canelo. Not saying Canelo has the issues. I'm over that, stamina issues. But if it's really any guy to really test him, if he have anything left, it'll be Kirkland. He going to test the stamina and the chin. And I don't want nobody thinking I'm a Canelo hater and with that statement or not, but it's just a fact.
Listen, Big Cool Alvarez, we know you're not a hater. It's all good.
But you know how some of these mugs be on there, like, oh, you no, Canelo is the next, But I don't know, man. I hope the fight happen, because James Kirkland is a nice payday, and if he win, man, the sky's the limit. I mean, well, you know what I'm saying? He got a limit, but I'm saying,
All right. Well, let me see. Okay. We'll touch on one more potential fight, and this should have to be the end. Okay. Another fight that I'm kind of hearing that they say it's in the works, even though it was supposed to be official in December. But Jermell Charlo versus Demetrius Andre, and I'm gonna ask you first, Kenny, because I want to get your take on this. With Andre pulling out of that fight, let me see. I'm trying to word it the right way.
He
Um,
duck goosing.
right. Do you think it was a duck, or do you think he just he pulled out for legit reasons?
Wait. Charlo versus who? It skipped in that part.
Demetrius and Andre.
Oh man,
Boo
Andre
boo.
priced himself out, right? Man, wow. I think I don't want to say it was a duck, because you get a lot of heat for it, but it was suspect. It was real suspect. Both of these guys, like, if they fight each other, it'll make a statement. No matter if you lose or win that fight, you still have ways to go. Um, I think it was a duck. I think I would have picked Charlo in that fight. Um, I would have picked Charlo in that fight.
Okay. Now, this is the other element here. Me myself, I have a source in boxing. I'm not gonna say his name, but I have a source, and he told me when the fight was first announced. He told me the next week. He said Android is gonna name 3 reasons why he can't take this fight. One, he gonna mention he needs more money. Two, he gonna say something. He gonna mention the impending birth of his child. And the third reason, he said he said Andre gonna say what's that? Something about the timing wasn't right for him, and he feel the fight to be bigger in the future. But he said the real reason is because he felt he doesn't want to fight a boxer of Charlo's caliber. He wants to fight guys who come to him to make him look good. He doesn't want to fight a guy who has that awkward. I mean, who has a difficult style, a style he's never faced. And as Big Cool is my witness, did I not tell you guys as soon as I heard the news? I told y'all that they said that he was going to pull out, and did it not come to fruition?
Yeah, you said that bullshit. You know, when I say bullshit, I ain't saying mad at you. I was mad because I was wrong. I was wrong. I was like, man, that's why Andrade ducking the interview. Yeah, he don't want. He made me look bad. I was going to bat for this dude. Nah, but nah, Andrade one of my favorite fighters, man. It's a 50-50 fight. As I started to think more about it, you know what I'm saying? I didn't sway towards Charlo, but I'll sway more toward 50-50 because just like Andrade haven't seen what Charlo brings, Charlo haven't seen what Andrade brings either. He tall, he got a decent punch, he fast, he can be clumsy with them big ass feet, but you know what I'm saying? He a talented dude, and I still pick him to win. I ain't saying he gonna easy work him, but I can see him winning an 8-4, 7-5 decision, you know what I'm saying, in a good fight. And I look at it as a win-win for both guys. You get experience, even though Andrade may lose his title, he still get that experience of another quality opponent, he's faced that's on his level, and it's always good to challenge yourself, man. Losing is a part of the sport, you know what I'm saying, just like winning is. So people need to get that illusion of losing is a bad thing. It sucks, but when you fight great fighters, you lose sometimes. So I'd rather be known for fighting losers and some greats than being undefeated fighting bombs.
Okay. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for tuning in. We like I say, we definitely appreciate the support you guys are showing by tuning in and watching. Also, we want to thank Kenny for hopping on with us. Thanks, Kenny. We appreciate you hopping on. Pretty knowledgeable guy.
We
You
appreciate that, Kenny. Forward to another one.
you know what? You remind me of one of my Shuttown brethrens with your voice. I'm gonna tell you off air who you remind me of. But with that said, smooth cat out,
Be cool out.
and K Rice too nice out.